The fish with a vent mouth? What the hell?
Should we move on to Sonic Generations?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's move on to third party or other consoles.
Well, Sonic Generations for the 3DS.
Yeah,
but nobody's played that version.
No, I played the Supreme PC version, which crashes on this one particular mission, which means I can't ever get 100%. Ooh.
Yes.
That sucks.
Supreme version.
Yeah, Supreme, and it doesn't have the Sonic 1 for some strange reason.
That is really weird.
Yeah, but regardless of that, Sonic Generations is one heck of a game.
Sonic Generations is fantastic. I looked forward to this game more than any other game this year. Well, I guess Skyward Sword. But other than that, like, I looked forward to this game so much. I was so hyped for it. And, like, I finally got it for Christmas. And it exceeded my expectations. Like, it is so good. It's such a love letter to the franchise. And, like, Sega really put their all into this game.
It needed it.
And, like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Really bad.
Every game that needs, like, a reboot for all the games that got one this year, it was definitely Sonic that needed one the most.
Yeah, I agree.
Sonic has had a really tough string for over the past 10 years. I'm glad they finally got a good one.
They've been on the right track for a while, but I don't think Unleashed is bad. It's not great, but it's decent. I think Unleashed is decent, and I think Colors is actually good.
I forgot about Colors.
I don't think Colors is great either, but I think it was good. I think Unleashed and Colors were both steps in the right direction, and with Generations, they finally have taken off in a sprint in the right direction. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Ha ha ha. Because it's Sonic.
yeah,
It's like if, let's see, if Sonic Unleashed was like Mario versus Donkey Kong, where it's pretty good, but you know that deep down Sonic should be a little bit better. Then Sonic Generations is Mario Galaxy 2.
That's like the best game in the series, pretty much.
Yeah.
I agree with that analogy. Works.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say Sonic Generations is the best game of the series.
It's up there, man. It's really good.
Yeah.
Everything about it is just so top-notch quality. They put so much into it. The graphics are phenomenal. Some of the best I've ever seen. Like, all the stages, they're just brimming with personality, and there's so much going on, and, like, there's references to other stages that didn't make it into the game, and, like, they picked some really great stages, like Chemical Plant Zone. Come on, like, Chemical Plant Zone in 3D. That's amazing. Like, that's so cool. And then, like, the music is some of the best I've ever heard. Like, they put so much production values into this game. And, like, it paid off because, like, not only does it look good and does it sound good, but it plays phenomenal.
It does.
Yes.
Like, even
The level design is great. I think it's up there with Donkey Kong Country Returns. Like, in both modes, there's so many fun little surprises in the way that the stages unfold. You know,
Yes.
things you don't expect. The truck in City Escape in both modes, just completely like obviously it's City Escape, so you expect the truck, right? And in classic Sonic, like, it chases you for a little bit at the beginning, and you're like, haha, that's awesome, the truck's chasing me. And then it just gets fucking balls out crazy from there. Like, it's trying to run you over, it's destroying platforms in the foreground, it's coming out, it's flying through the air, it goes insane. And that's so cool. And then in modern Sonic's City Escape, like, the truck's chasing you, and you're like, yeah, alright, the truck chase again. And then it gets fucking saw blades, and it starts trying to mow you down. And then it flies through the air, and it's like driving on the side of a building. It's unbelievable. It's ridiculous.
Mm. And they even managed to make Sonic 2006 seem halfway decent.
Crisis City.
Yeah.
That's
Like, when I played it, I was like,
an achievement
it's like,
in and of
okay,
itself.
you get to Crisis City and you think, okay, here's where the game's going to go downhill. But it doesn't. Like, it just stays good. Especially as classic Sonic, where you reach the signpost at the end. You reach the goals tag, or whatever we found out it was called the other day.
And it just flies away.
Yeah, and then it just flies away, and you get to keep going, and it's like, oh shit, like I really didn't see it coming, and I don't know if that's part of Crisis City or it's just something they thought, hey, you know what would be fun, just mix it up. Is what if the level wasn't over yet?
Yeah, I love that. I think Crisis City is one of my favorite classic stages, and not just for that.
It wasn't really I don't think that's really a part of Crisis City, but like in the original Crisis City, like shit falls apart. So I mean, and like there's heavy winds blowing. So I guess kind of, but they just thought it would be funny to troll people.
Yeah,
and it was. It's a fun stage. It's a good stage. The whole game is good.
Yes.
Except for the final boss. Fuck that guy. 20 minutes of my life wasted. Fuck that guy.
20 minutes. It was like an hour.
Yeah, counting all the times
Yeah, I know. The
ran out of rings.
The 20-minute run was the time you actually beat him. There were several other 5-10 minute runs before that.
Bullshit. The bosses are the most disappointing part of the whole game. I don't think they're necessarily bad. They're just not very good, and there's too few of them.
Yeah, the bosses are the weakest point. They feel sort of tacked on.
Yeah.
So.
But the rest of it, top notch.
I agree.
A++. Would recommend to a friend.
And I hope that they learn their lesson from Sonic Generations when they make Sonic 4 Episode 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now they've essentially got it down now. Like, for Sonic Generations, they took the best parts of Sonic Unleashed for the modern Sonic. They got rid of that fucking werehog shit. That was nothing. They took the day running stages and they like tweaked it and they made it better and they had like fucking superb level design and everything was great. Now if they just take what they got for Generations Classic Sonic and just import it directly into Episode 2, like they could just pump those out year after year and it would like Sonic would just be back again.
Yeah.
We wouldn't even remember Sonic 2006 or Sonic Free Riders. It'd be like you never left. But of course, knowing that, I'm sure Sonic Episode 2 will be crap. So
Well,
look forward to podcast of the year 2012 when we rip the shit out of
Episode
Sonic
2.
2. Yeah.
Here's hope.
Yeah.
I wish Mega Man got this treatment.
He did.
No.
Mega Man 9 was pretty slick.
Yeah, I guess.
I really liked 10 as well. I think 9
Yeah.
was better, but I really liked 10 still. I thought it was still really good.
Those
Yeah.
games didn't come out this year.
Yeah.
Yes. What did then?
Mega
What
Man
did?
got that treatment again.
Let's talk about some other. We've moved away from Nintendo consoles finally, so let's get some of the other big hits this year that came out on other consoles.
Infamous 2 was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I haven't played the first one.
I played
Because it was probably earlier this year.
the first one this year. It was good. But
Yeah.
that didn't come out this year. So go ahead, talk about Infamous 2, Josh. I want to play it, but there's so many other games that I need to get first.
Yeah. Well, there's not really much to say. I mean, they added a mission mode where you could actually download missions and make your own and, send it to people and stuff like that.
Pretty slick.
That is pretty cool.
But, they're kind of... it's basically... Some of them could be get to the end of the stage, or you're racing something, or... I don't know. I've never gotten into making the stages. It's too complicated for me. But, it's kind of weird that these, swamp demon monsters are tearing shit up in what's supposed to be New Orleans, whatever. I don't know. It's a good game.
It's not.
I would recommend it.
It's not like the first Infamous was grounded in reality, Josh. I mean,
Yeah, that's
you're
true.
shooting lightning out of your hands.
Right. But, I don't know. I guess demons, or swamp demons, whatever, are more believable than trash monsters from the first one. But I don't really have anything much to say about it. So, anyone else have anything to say about it?
I didn't play it, so I
Yeah, I
First
didn't
one
play
was
it either.
pretty good.
I've only played the first one, and I liked it. So I'd like to play the second one, but I haven't yet. So well.
Oh, They did it-
I played the first one and I didn't like it, so I don't plan on playing the second.
they
Well,
did
I
have references to like other games, and like they had a cafe called the Red Ring or something like that, making fun of Xbox.
sure.
Which
It's always nice making fun of Xbox,
yeah,
even though they have the premier online service.
because you have to pay for
Xbox
it.
Live.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, so that was Infamous 2. How about another 2? How about Portal 2?
Yeah.
Good to talk about.
Punk Rock Kid
I
wants
love
us to talk
Portal
about Portal 2, so talk about Portal 2.
Okay. Portal 2 is an amazing game. I really enjoyed the first one, like a little bite-sized game that came with the orange box that nobody expected. And then they were like, or Valve was like, hey, we're gonna make a full-fledged Portal game. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Check it out. And it was awesome.
Yes.
Phil might complain that it wasn't hard enough.
Yes. Yeah, I think that...
I do agree.
yeah,
But
they...
I did get stuck. Like,
well, yeah, it's like still has to be somewhat difficult because it's like a puzzle game. But like,
Well, not to mention
They
it's
made
a
it-
full retail release. More bang
well,
for
I
your
guess,
buck.
yeah. But really, like,
Longer.
the orange box was like Episode 2 and Portal and TF2. So like, it's 3 games for the price of 1, not like 5. But still, they made Portal 2 way more about the story and the characters and like the whole sort of Aperture Science mythos, which like a lot of people will like, and I liked it. Like, it's fun to sort of play through the story, but I feel like the Portal story isn't where the best parts of Portal lie, and they sort of they forsake, or they forsook. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. They had to forsake the quality and the frequency of the actual puzzles in order to get a lot more of this plot and sort of level progression out.
Do you mean forgo?
So, I want to use the word forsake, but I don't know what the past tense of it is.
I think forsook, actually. I know that sounds a little choppy.
Forsaken. You have forsaken me. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
That
Well,
might be
anyway,
it.
that's what happened. Where the first game, like, the first like half of the game is you're going from test chamber to test chamber, and that's it. Like, every so often GLaDOS will say something amusing, but it's just like a little sort of joke for the player. Whereas in the second game, right from the get-go, GLaDOS is saying amusing things, and you've got Wheatley like yapping in your ear the whole time, and like for the better part of it, you're not in test chambers solving puzzles. You're just walking around the sort of dilapidated environment, sort of making your way around, which I don't think is as engaging or as challenging as Portal 1. That, and they sort of went for the Still Alive sort of deal, where the Still Alive song from the end of Portal 1, it was a funny little song, everyone liked it, literally everyone liked it, and it was very amusing, but then it got absolutely drilled into the fucking ground, and people stopped remembering, that Portal was actually a really good puzzle game, and they just remembered it as that song that Still Alive is from. And the second game sort of goes with that route, where it's so focused on making all the characters, funny and memorable, and it forsakes proper puzzle design in favor of that, which I don't like about it, but that being said, it's still pretty good.
I like the characters, though.
Yeah,
I thought,
the characters are good. Like,
Wheatley-
they put a lot of effort into it, but like, I would rather it be more like Portal 1. If I say so
I
myself.
love Cave Johnson. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, he's J.K. Simmons. How can you not like him?
Everything that guy does is gold, okay?
It's true, man.
Okay,
Yeah, just-
J. Jonah Jameson, best one there is.
Best
Also,
casting in the whole Marvel film universe, man.
like,
Anyway,
I wanted to say, like, the repulsion gels and stuff like that, and
Yes.
propulsion gels, that was, like, a cool thing, and what they had with it was pretty good, but there was, like, beta footage of like super hard puzzles using it, and then they
Yeah.
decided to take that out.
Yeah.
And that really like supports your argument of, well, not really, actually.
Well, there was a little indie game called Tag the Power of Paint, which it was basically the propulsion and repulsion gels
Yeah, I was thinking
as
of
their own
that.
game.
I was thinking of that exact game when I was like seeing the bouncy paints.
Yeah.
Like from.
Well, like,
I was like,
Valve-
they
Valve
ripped this
bought
off from
that
Tag.
company. Like, they bought out the guys who made Tag,
Okay.
and like just put them to work on Portal 2, but then like they didn't really do anything with it. Like the paint's coming really late, and they're never used for like really high intensity. Like, you gotta fucking get your shit together, make sure everything's working perfectly. Puzzles, like, it's very doable. I don't want to say casual, but it is very casual. Like, you don't, when you're playing Portal 2, you don't really need to put on your thinking cap as much as you should for a puzzle game.
They, like, from what I've heard, like, Valve was afraid that, like, with those puzzles, they would get, like, too sick or something. Because of, like...
Crazy
Jumping
spinning
around, flying around and stuff, like,
Right.
turning upside down and stuff.
And that is, like, understandable concern, but, like,
Yeah.
who cares? Whatever. Just put it in. If people vomit during that game is doing it right, okay? Also, I want to mention the co-op is good.
I was just about to ask.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the co-op is the best part of the game, because the co-op, for the most part, it's where they sort of do away with most of the sort of plot and the tee-hee, let's tell funny jokes non-stop. And, you know, they just sort of let you and a friend get on with it. And that's where they allow themselves to have deeper puzzles and more use of the paints and the different mechanics.
The co-op puzzles are the only part of the game that I've played, because I don't own the game, but I played it at the last time I babysat. The kids got it for Christmas, so I was playing it with the oldest one. And the co-op puzzles are phenomenal. I love them. I thought they were
Yes.
They reminded me of a game that only I've played, which was
Cookies and Cream?
Cookie and Cream on the PS2.
Cookie and
Because like for real, in the co-op Portal 2 puzzles, you have to, one player will have to doing something over here for the other one to progress, and then they'll have to do something so the other one can catch up. And it's just really, there's a lot of, I think the best co-op games, like Portal 2 and Cookie and Cream and, you know, Super Mario Brothers Wii or whatever, I think the best co-op games are the ones where, like, both people who are playing it on the couch have to constantly compete. Okay, well, how about we go up and try this, you know? No, that didn't work. Get back down here. You know, well, let's try
Yes.
this. I think that's some of the best co-op experiences to be had. And I think Portal 2 nails that.
Mm-hmm. I especially like how you have, I'm not sure if you can do this on the PS3, but at least on Steam, you can do like a little picture-in-picture where you can see what the other person is seeing.
You can
Oh,
on the
yeah.
PS3, yeah.
Alright, cool. Like between that and like being able to point and things.
Yeah, that's an
and
awesome.
have them like highlights, like say like look at this, and like start down and you and it counters. Like it's just like it's so well designed for that kind of communication.
Yeah. It's intuitive.
I agree.
Yes, it's very intuitive.
Being able to point at stuff, I thought was an awesome thing. Like the oldest kid, you know, he owns the game, so he knows everything, and he's like, go over here, and he's like literally using that mechanic to point for where I'm supposed to go. I'm like, how is he doing that? Can I point at things? Like, it was just, I felt like a child. It was so cool, you know, that childlike wonderment in a co-op game like that. It's phenomenal. I would love to own the game so I could play it with my dad.
It is real great. It's very great. And of course the co-op challenges are significantly more difficult than the single-player challenges. So
Well, they
you
require
definitely get more.
4 portals, so I mean...
2 brains.
Well, yeah. 2 brains are better than 1. Or if it's like me and Mark playing it, then it's like half a brain each, and we just sort of stumble our way through the game.
But together, that's one whole brain.
Yeah,
Well, that's still 1 short.
yeah. Like there was one where there's like a pillar of light that you can manipulate and you can walk on it, and it also like deflects stuff, which is like very rarely used in the single player campaign. But since it's the co-op, like they can do like 20 puzzles based on it, so it's all good. And like we were just stuck in this room for ages, like pointing at shit for no reason, like just like desperately trying to get it. And then when you finally do it, like you really want a high five. But since we're through the internet, our avatars do a high five.
You got to do the old air five.
Go do the air five, yeah. But it's like such great reward for doing it with a friend that really, I like. Who cares about the single player of Portal 2? Like that co-op experience is just unmatched.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic,
Yes.
but I haven't played the single player, so
So how would you
I think
my
the
my
co-op
enjoyment of Portal 2 has not been tainted, shall we say?
I want to
think
say
the
like
co-op experience. Go on.
no. I don't want to say that like the single player experience was like super shit. Like it was okay. It's just it wasn't what I wanted it to be. So like it's nothing to taint. It's just something to not be good.
Okay.
Okay. I wanted to say I think the co-op experience is best experience, like, with both players fresh. Like,
Yes.
it's kind of, like, I don't want to ruin the game for, like, Matt if I were to play with him, you know? Like, just solve the puzzle for him. Here, just do this and that. I want to be able to, like, for us to stick our minds together and
Figure it out together.
figure it out, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, after you do a puzzle, you can't.
Yeah.
You know?
It's especially hard because I did play it after I'd done a couple. I played it again with someone else, and when you know the solution and the other guy doesn't, it's really frustrating trying to get them to go and do what you want.
Yeah.
It's just it's a nightmare.
I do like how, like, they purposefully, like, included these, like, segments where you control your teammate, just, like, kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Like
I did that a couple times. He did it to me too.
when you're like raising and lowering the platforms, and you could just crush them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Good old
Or like if you
trolling.
send them in like a portal loop, you know, and you're gonna shoot them over a gap, you could just like move the portal and shoot them to their death, you know, if you feel like it. And like, don't you they award you like teamwork points and stuff
Yeah.
for doing stupid shit like that? That's top notch. I gotta give a shout out to that because that's awesome.
Great job.
Excellent game by Valve.
So
it
that's
was
Portal
probably
2.
like my game of the year until I played Skyward Sword.
Yeah. Any other games of Game of the Year? We've got Dead Rising 2 on this list.
Oh, I played that.
But yeah. I played the original Dead Rising 2, and I couldn't really get into it because I hate the time limit. I hate being forced to have to decide between, do I want to go free roam and do some side missions, or am I going to miss the time limit for the actual story? So has Off the Record changed that at all?
You would probably love Off the Record then, right, Don?
Yeah, there's a sandbox mode where you just like do whatever.
Nice.
Well, I'm one of those people that actually likes that time limit aspect, time management of Dead Rising 2, and like I kind of think it makes it feel like Dead Rising, like instead of Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I suppose. It's definitely it's what Dead Rising is about. It's that, but I guess I just don't like Dead Rising then.
No.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
But yeah, I was gonna say that like I played Off the Record. Definitely don't recommend buying it at full price. Like it's just Dead Rising 2 with Frank. I mean, that's what like Dead Rising 2 should have been from the beginning.
I like Chuck.
I like Chuck too.
Chuck
Yeah.
Payne is cool.
I like him.
Obviously he's not as
What?
memorable or hilarious as Frank West, but he's more of a character, I think.
Like
He's just trying to survive. Frank was just this badass who covered wars and, you know, ended up in the mall and saved everybody.
Yeah.
That's not quite the same as Chuck. I like Chuck, but I agree that, like, obviously Frank is more iconic and stuff.
I mean, like Off the Record, it should just be like an additional mode to the original.
Yeah.
Like they had those like DLC episodes, like the one that came before Dead Rising 2, Case Zero,
Yeah. Case Zero and
and then
Case
Case West afterwards. Like, how come Off the Record wasn't that? You know?
Well, remember who made the game?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why. That is why.
Money.
I didn't get it at full price. Like, I got it on sale off of Newegg before the game came out.
Nice.
And I was like, yeah, I'll get
Get
it.
in there.
I still haven't played either, but I want to. I just don't have money.
Yeah, I like Dead Rising 2 a lot, and I really want to get Off the Record, but Don told me not to buy it at full price. So
Would you recommend one over the other?
Get Off the Record. Better load times.
All right then.
And yeah, it's got the sandbox mode.
Nice. Just a better version of Dead Rising 2.
Right.
Dead Rising 2 Arcade Edition.
Yeah.
basically,
Dead Rising 2 Turbo.
Yeah.
Ultimate
HD
Dead
games.
Rising 2.
They also have this like new area, this Uranus zone. It's stupid. Nothing really exciting. It actually just lags the game a lot.
Well, with a name like Uranus Zone, you'd think it would be amazing.
It sounds like it's ass.
You're retarded.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I see what you did there, Josh.
That joke was butt.
That joke was but.
Lame
I'm supposed
jokes.
to be making the
It's
stupid
my
puns.
shtick.
I have 12 matchstick.
Alright, let's see. Limbo came out on the PS Triple.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I bought that for the PS3. It was a good game. I was interested in it, and like it came out, and I was like, all right, fine, I'll give it a shot. It's a little indie developed game, and it turned out to be a lot of fun. But it's another one of those games where like once you know how to beat it, like you can pretty much just do it anytime after that. Like
Yeah.
it's very much on memorizing what you have to do. It's very trial and error. So
Have you played Braid?
I've played parts of Braid.
Oh, well, then it's very similar to Braid. And
Yeah.
Braid was very good. Thus, Limbo is very good.
Have you played Limbo?
Yes, I have.
It's a good game. I'd
I
recommend it.
got it on Xbox.
I would recommend it.
Xbox.
Yes, it's, and it's on the arcade or the network, so it's pretty dang cheap.
Yeah.
It's a nice, cheap little feels. Rage, I do believe, came out in 2011, but I haven't played it.
And neither is any of the rest of us.
I heard it was but Rage, I think it's the new game by id.
Me neither.
Yeah. Well, I guess they wanted to sort of go back to, like, remember when shooters were fun, like Doom and Quake? Well, we're making Rage, and then it wasn't like Doom or Quake, and no one cared.
I thought
I
people
think-
thought it was good.
I think Doom and Quake are horrendously dated, though. Like, obviously, I loved them when they first came out, but like, when's the last time you played like the original Doom? It's kind of shit now. You know what I mean? Like, same
Well,
with
I guess-
GoldenEye on the N64. Like, that was one of the best, most revolutionary shooters. Play it now, it kind of butt.
Yeah.
I guess they just
Yes.
meant, like, the sort of fast-paced, like, not at all trying to be realistic, just like run and gun, fucking put motherfuckers on blast, enter a room, kill, leave room. And, like, apparently, I haven't played it, I haven't really read too much about it, but from what I heard, that it didn't really fulfill that criteria as much as it should have. And another game that also promised to do that was Serious Sam 3. Again, haven't played it, sorry.
But
I remember
first-person
Serious
shooter
Sam.
that we did play.